You ready, Francine?
Welcome to the
Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting, May 15th,
2024.
2024. Francine?
In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10-4-10, and the regulations governing remote meetings, NJAC 539-1.5, I hereby announce that adequate notice and electronic notice of this meeting was provided in the notice dated January 10th, 2024, that was sent to the Asbury Park Press, 2 River Times, posted on the bulletin board on the main access to Town Hall, filed in the clerk's office, and posted on the township's website, www.holmdeltownship.com.
Roll call.
Mr. Burkle?
Mr. Burkle?
Here.
Ms. Campus?
Ms. Campus?
Ms. Gerhart?
Ms. Gerhart? Here.
Mr. Giampolo?
Mr. Giampolo?
Mr. Giampolo is absent.
Giampolo is
Mr.
absent.
Luciani?
Mr. Luciani?
Mr. Luciani's absent.
Luciani's
Mr.
absent. Mr.
Afanatopoulos?
Afanatopoulos?
Here.
Mr. Hutchinson?
Mr. Hutchinson?
Mr. Hutchinson is
Mr.
absent.
Hutchinson is absent.
And Mr. Fragiola?
Mr. Fragiola?
Here.
Okay, stand for a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence to honor our military and first responders. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic to which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing. Item number 1.
Do you want to see? Sorry,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Let's seat Mark.
Let's seat Mark for whoever you feel needs to go.
John?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Item number 1, public hearing, zoning board of adjustment 2024-2, Anthony Locievo, 75 Stillwell Road, Block 10, Lot 15.03, R40-A zone, both variants. Applicant seeks
Excuse me.
both-
Go ahead. Go ahead, continue.
Applicant seeks both variance relief to construct a 1,116 square foot, 1-car garage pool cabana combo accessory structure with a height of 22 feet and 4 inches. As per ordinance 30-52, accessory structures can only be a maximum of 900 square feet and 15 feet in height. The applicant also seeks variance relief for the side yard setback of 15 feet where 25 feet is required.
Okay, welcome to the zoning board meeting.
Hello, all. Nice to meet you all.
Talking to the mic.
Talking to the mic, you have.
Yeah.
Nice to meet Okay, everyone. nice to meet
Before you
everyone.
get started, is everything in order, all this paperwork?
Yes.
Did you get a chance to, what's that? Yeah, that's what I was going to say next, but conflicts, do you know anybody on this board? Does anybody know the applicant?
Not to my knowledge, no.
When you applied, they gave you a packet that said all the information you need to do what we're going to expect as, to present to us in order to talk about your case. You're familiar with everything?
Could you give that summary, the hardship summary?
The hardship summary, you know what I'm talking about? If you're not sure, I can ask our
I
attorney.
believe everything was provided through the zoning.
That was the one I gave you, the sheet that had the proofs.
You want to just
You
tell
have
me?
to show a hardship, it's your obligation to prove to the board that you have a hardship of some kind related to the property or the structures on the property, and that's what's called the positive criteria, and then you have to satisfy the negative criteria that whatever you're proposing will not have an impact on our zoning plan or zoning ordinance. It was summarized, we can get you another sheet if you need it.
Yes,
Did you see
okay.
that?
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that detail,
So
sorry.
as we go through it, you just have to make sure you present, why you have a hardship.
Okay,
What about the property or the structures on the property makes this proposal a hardship if you don't get it?
understood,
And then, will it impact, the neighbors or anything in the zone?
understood.
You'll have to testify that under oath, and we probably should swear you in now, because everything you say will be under oath.
Okay,
So just raise your right hand, you swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, So for the record, you sworn, just spell your name, state and spell your name for the record.
Anthony, Anthony, Lo Schiavo, Loschiia, V as in Victor, O.
Okay, so did you understand everything that our attorney explained to you?
Yes.
So that's the case you have to present to us so that we can determine whether you warrant a variance from our current codes in Holmdel.
Okay, understood.
Thank you. Go ahead. So are yours.
What I had presented to the town was, we are approved, based on the regulations, to my understanding, there would be no issues with the installation of the pool in the rear yard, as it would be compliant with everything in accordance with the town. We then propose to build a cabana at the head of the pool, which would be at the end of the driveway. The driveway goes straight off of Stillwell. It's 18 feet wide and goes straight back. The cabana would be offset from the pool, and we are proposing that you can drive straight from the driveway into the garage, which is also proposed as part of the cabana. The second floor would be used just for storage, and that was the request for the additional height. So that way, there would be a set of stairs just for storage purposes above the cabana and garage.
That's it?
That would be it.
So, obviously you have two, she meant, when Francine read off, you're asking for two types of variances, right?
I believe it's the
Side yard
size,
and the height.
and it's the size. It's over 900 square feet as
Right,
well.
okay. So that's three. So, the first thing is, you picked that particular location, so you're close to your neighbor's house. Is there any way, or is there any reason why you needed to be at that point and you couldn't comply and move it over into it a little closer inside, away from the side yard?
The specific location was requested so it could be a straight run for the truck to go down the driveway into the garage. I have a rather large truck that, believe it or not, does not fit in the garage. That was a miss when the architect designed the house. And the wife had asked if I could propose the additional garage so I could get my truck off the driveway and out of the element. So that's why it was requested to have that location.
Okay, so I'm looking at your plans right now, and I see the line that divides the cabana side from the garage side. Am I right? So I'm looking at it, and I'm seeing where the garage is, the part that you're driving in, versus the driveway footprint. Now, it's not going to be a big deal, but if you did move it over, it looks like you could still drive straight into your garage if you moved it in towards, let's say, closer to your pool. And that would give a little bit more space on your side yard.
I would say, based on what you're seeing here, I would say I could probably move it an additional 5 feet if that was necessary. If I went more than that, I would potentially...
No, I don't
Put it-
expect you to do that.
Yeah, I think I
So
could...
5 feet would bring you how close? Let's see.
It would be to 20 feet from
So
their
that means you're only
backyard side.
deficient by 5 feet.
Correct. I could probably still accomplish what I'm requesting with
How does everybody feel about
the
that?
5 feet. So I think I can
It's a give or
accomplish.
take situation.
It's a
I'm
little
o-
bit further away from your neighbor's property.
No problem.
I mean, I
Understood.
don't know if your neighbor knows about, they should know about it, they got noticed, but they're not here to say anything, I presume, unless that's your neighbor over there. So I don't know whether they object or they're happy with it. But we have to, whatever we approve stays with this property, whether you sell it or you live there forever, it's going to be part of the property, whatever we decide. So
Understood.
the worst thing is to do something, and the next door person comes in and sees me in ShopRite one day and says, "Why'd you let that guy put that garage 5 feet from my property line?" You know? It happens to us all the time.
Yes.
So if we make some sort of, adjustment, even if it's a small amount, that would help buffer that space between your property and their property.
Okay. So 20 feet from the property line, I think, is feasible, and I
That's-
That
could
way it lessens the
still...
3 things you're asking for.
Understood.
So there's only-
Okay.
So does anybody else want to comment on anything? I don't want
I
to...
think that makes, looking at the map, it makes perfect sense. And then your cabana's closer to your pool as well.
5 feet closer.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any comments? I don't want to monopolize.
And for the
meeting.
record, I did speak to that neighbor in person, because when they received the letter, they had asked, and I sent them the drawings, and they were happy with that. So
Okay.
I did propose it to them.
Did the neighbor, or is there any kind of landscaping that's between the garage and the neighbor's property?
Prior to this, during the build, we had put a fence down the driveway that was approved to go down the length of the driveway, and then we'll put additional landscaping in that space.
Some evergreen trees? or
Some
something
evergreens,
to
like
hide
green
it a
giants or
little bit?
something else to hide the
Okay.
structure as well.
So, our attorney's writing these things down so that if we approve this, it'll be called a special condition. That'll say that you're landscaping it with whatever, we don't have to be specific. You could just be general, with some sort of screening type of evergreen.
Correct.
Something the deer don't eat, probably.
Just at the area of the garage.
Right, by the garage area. So from the driveway to the back of the garage. That's, I mean, if you want to keep going, that's up to you, but that's what we're asking.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, how about the height? Does anybody have any questions or comments on the height?
Well, my only concern is, so there's gonna be no plumbing or electrical, other plumbing on the second floor?
Nothing on the second floor except for electrical.
Oh, okay. And why electrical up there?
For storage reasons, I just figured to illuminate it, and, I mean, I would have it fully inspected and done by
So no
code.
plans for a kitchen or a bathroom?
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Is it the first floor?
That's the cabana.
There's it's the bathroom on the first floor of the cabana, that's nothing on the
That's
second
the
floor.
cabana part. So is that fireplace, gas fireplace?
Yes, sir.
So you're gonna run gas to the fireplace, and you're gonna have a bathroom with a sink in it, and that's it? No other water or anything like that?
Yes.
Our concern is always having like a separate unit, like an apartment above the garage. And that's why because it's so much higher than.
Understood. Yeah, there would be no water or anything, any gas, it would just be electrical for illumination.
I don't think it's necessary, you think so? Yeah, we could.
I would potentially make it like a 36-inch wide fixed set of stairs that you could walk up. I've learned that any pull-down stairs, things of that nature, once again, you learn after you move into a new home that getting stuff into my attic is not necessarily a fun task, so I would like...
To Francine's point, so it'll be inside, it won't be an exterior.
No, it'll be inside, it'll go right above the bathroom, so it'll have its own designated door and go above the bathroom to try to utilize the space. I would have done it on the driveway side, but there's a door that goes into the garage from there, so.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
You're making this a cabana for the pool. Usually when you have a cabana, somebody wants a shower. Are you planning to put any kind of shower?
Not at all.
So if people want a shower, they come inside the house.
Correct. There will not be any exterior
Any
showers.
reason why you don't want to put a shower? I'm just curious.
I didn't think of it. I know a lot of people do it in the beach communities, but it was never a desire to have a shower in that space.
And you have septic down there, right?
There is septic.
Yeah, it's off to the far right, I think, of the house.
Yeah, so they're going to run the pipes underground to get there. It's a long haul, but they're going to have to do it somehow.
Yeah, I believe if there's not enough pitch, they would probably need like a pump of some sort, but
Yeah.
Now, Marty, the drainage runoff, how is that being, is that the coverage, or is that?
You know, it wasn't an issue with, assume our engineer looked at it and said, yeah, no need to review this, so.
Okay.
So it's just gonna be electrical and water to the cabana, no gas?
there is gas into the cabana for the fireplace. And that will be it.
I'm sorry, is the fireplace inside the cabana or is it a fire pit?
It won't be a fire pit. It will be like like the inserts that you put in the wall that you sometimes see in like a bedroom in a house, or it will actually be like a vented fireplace, direct vent fireplace.
Mark, turn to page 2. You'll see a floor plan of the cabana.
So the three things we're deciding on is the square feet variance, the height variance, and then the setback variance.
Yeah,
Right?
that's correct. So,
If we would grant something like this, can we put in cannot be rented or can't?
deed restriction? Yeah, we could do that. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
we,
But that's always the big
when you
concern.
have something like this, we always think that somebody could turn around and rent it to somebody in the future. So what we like to do is create a special condition, it's called a deed restriction, that says that this can never be rented to anybody.
I'm okay with that.
Any
Yeah.
kind of living quarters.
Or living quarters, that's, he'll write the wording, he's the attorney, so he'll put down the wording.
And that's why we ask the questions on the plumbing and electrical upstairs, because we just don't want additional apartments on properties.
Understood.
If there was a shower over there, then I would even think it more, but that's why I asked those questions.
Yeah, no, it's no
Because
intention
it's
for
kind of
that.
hard to live there if you don't have a shower.
We really get to know them well.
Okay, does anybody else have any other questions?
Yeah, I think we get a nice compromise.
The height, upstairs, I understand that, so you could store things, I get that.
And walk around up there.
Yeah,
things around
so
there.
you don't hit your head.
Yeah.
I mean, the roof, it's not full all over because it's, you look at the map, it's certain spots where the valley is will be lower in the corners, so I get it. 6 foot it looks like, the corners drops down. So, I'm okay with that. And the square footage?
Yeah. As long as we deed restrict it, that he can't rent it out, and then he moved it over 5 feet from your neighbor's house, it's closer to your pool.
Yeah.
I think it's a good, in my opinion, a good compromise.
Yeah. And the landscaping.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to read all the special conditions? Let's make sure we got everything.
Yep, I want to do two things though. First, one, so we can the board can find that due to really the physical features of his property, that driveway, the garage really can't go anywhere else with his truck, and that's a hardship. And, but they need to ask you on the negative criteria, which is one of that form she gave you. Do you think there'll be any detriment to the zoning plan if this is approved?
No,
Do you think it'll substantially impair the intent or purpose of the zoning ordinance?
no.
Okay, just need that on the record from you. And
Understood.
the board will confirm that when it makes its finding. So assuming the board's willing to vote in favor of that, the conditions are to move the structure over 5 feet toward the pool, so the setback will be 20 feet, not 15. To put some form of screening or evergreens along the side of that garage structure. That'll be up to the zoning officer to confirm that that was appropriate. The third was to restrict no plumbing or kitchen or bathroom of any kind on the second floor. And the fourth is to actually to submit a deed restriction preventing any form of living quarter on that in the structure.
You could ask Lonnie if you want for wording too. There is wording that she likes to use, unless you have the wording.
Yeah, the deed restrictions really provided to us by the applicant, but we can provide one to him. So
Yeah.
he can by himself, or Lonnie can.
Yeah, if you speak to Lonnie, the zoning officer, and tell her, what we said, provided that everybody agrees and we vote on it positively, she could probably give you some sort of wording that would work.
Okay,
That would be okay.
okay.
Do you have any questions of the board?
No,
Do we need to put that as an as-built, or is that now standard?
I think that's all standard now.
As-built?
That's for
As-built?
the pool. We're not approving the pool, but
It's not, you'd have to
You-
say that it was
you'd want that for the structure if we're gonna move it.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm asking the question. So in other words, what they call as-built is after it's built, we've had this happen, I've been on this board for 20 years, where all of a sudden, we find out that the contractor put it in the wrong place. And of course, the applicant said they had no idea. So what we like to do is after it's built, a surveyor makes a new survey, like you have this one that shows where it is, but he does another one that shows where it really is. And hopefully it is exactly at 20 feet and not 19 or 18, because then you would have to come back again and ask us, tell us how he made a mistake. Sorry about that.
it's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, so it confirms the location is done as we discussed.
Right, so
here.
just be sure that before they built it, that the contractor or the surveyor marks this exact spot it's got to be, so there's no misunderstandings.
Okay,
Because it's cost you money to come back here.
I can imagine.
Okay.
Okay, motion?
I'll make a motion to seek both variance relief to construct a garage cabana to be the height of 22 feet 4 inches, and seek relief for the side yard setback for 20 feet, where 25 feet is required.
Second.
Second.
Lori, second.
Lori seconded.
Okay.
Okay, a roll call?
Mr. Burkle?
Mr. Burkle?
Yes.
Ms. Campus?
Ms. Campus?
Ms. Gerhart?
Ms. Gerhart? Yes.
Mr. Ofanatopoulos?
Mr.
Yes.
Ofanatopoulos?
Yes.
And Mr.
And
Freeman.
Mr. Freeman.
Yes.
Good. So you're all set?
All right, thank you.
You'll see, we're going to have to, what we call memorialize it. So in another meeting or two, another month or so, we will vote on the wording, and then you'll be given a paper that has all these things we talked about, legal paper that you'll save in your records, and then you can get your building permits.
Okay, do I need to be present for that as well?
Yeah.
All right, thank you for your time. All right, thank you for your time.
You're talking about a month or 2 months
Okay, sounds good.
before you can get
And
your
Courtney will
permits.
notify you when it's
Yeah.
done.
But it's okay to let the architect proceed with,
They're probably not gonna get anything from the town until that resolution's finished, and they want there's a 45-day appeal period that anybody could appeal is what we did tonight.
okay.
So you typically wanna let that run out to make sure.
Or you built at your own
They don't
risk.
file a lawsuit, or you're building at your own risk.
It will, you'll probably,
Once you do your
once you do your resolution compliance, you'll be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Good night.
Good luck.
Good night.
Item number 2.
Item number 2,
Public hearing, zoning board of adjustment, 2024-3, Mahendra and Soraney Juraman, 6 Jennifer Drive, lot 30.01, lot 10, R48 zone, bulk variance. Applicant seeks bulk variance relief to construct a 445 square foot pool cabana accessory structure with a 14-foot side yard setback where 25 feet is required.
thank you. Come on up. And you kind of got a little bit of a lesson for something similar, so you kind of know what we're going to ask.
And I did have the summary sheet also, so I can organize my thoughts along those lines.
Okay.
Let's swear you in first. Whoever's gonna speak, is it just yourself or both? Okay.
You're not going to speak at all?
No.
Okay.
Swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
So,
Just spell your name and, state your name and spell it for the record.
Mahendra Churman, Mahendra I have larger drawings from the one that's submitted.
Same? Is it the same?
Yeah.
No, I'm okay with what we have.
All right. So first of all, thank you very much for hearing us, and secondly, you all look much younger than you should seem that are. So,
If you would have came here 10, 15 years ago, there would have been everybody with suits, women with dresses, very formal, different world
The
today.
pandemic changed things.
No, it's
Yeah.
even before then. Remember?
this is not, I don't get to wear it very often, so, I will try it. So this is a summary sheet. This is what you guys are talking about, right? The summary of the positive and negative criteria.
Is that it? Okay, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, so this is much, I think, much simpler than the last hearing. We are simply asking, well, some background. We have a swimming pool that we got when we bought the property 20 years ago. The pool is actually, situated closer to one of our side neighbors. As we get older and we need to exercise more, and we are thinking of building a pool cabana that will sit on the deeper end of the pool area. That's if you read my narrative, you'll see that's the only logical place where we can put a structure, a fixed structure. The issue is that from my neighbor's fence to the diving board really is 30 feet. And the setback requirements are 25 feet. So, it doesn't, if I were to fit within the zoning ordinance, I'll be restricted to a width of 5 feet, which doesn't make sense. So I'm here asking for relief to build, within 14 feet of my neighbor's property. So I'm looking for an extra 9 feet, if you will, in common parlance.
So I'm just taking notes. I just you said it from the fence of your neighbor to your.
It's approximately
30?
It's approximately 30 feet. I measured before I came on here today. With respect to the negative criteria, you did, and that's outlined in sections 3 and 6 and 4 and 5 of the narrative that I submitted. There will be no negative effects on the neighborhood or any of the adjoining properties, nor will the character or the appearance be detrimental to the public good. We did speak to the neighbor who's the cabana will be most directly closer to, and he had zero objection to it. So.
That's it?
That's it?
In summary, I mean,
No, I mean, okay. I just want to make sure you finish talking before we start asking questions.
Sure, absolutely, yes.
So, you mentioned that you want to put on the side. Why couldn't you put it in the back, behind the pool?
Because then it will face the street, and it will be in a direct view of the sun. I mean, one of the reasons I want to do this is to provide some shade also. So if you face it this way, facing the sun, it will be the part where we want to put the face is the sun. So if you put a shed over it, essentially, it'll provide shade for us. That's why that's the only place where it goes. And then I wouldn't have to, move trees, disturb landscaping, move retaining walls. It makes it much easier to do it that way as opposed to somewhere else. And it gives privacy to us and to our surrounding neighbors also to have it there as opposed to somewhere else.
Okay, I noticed there's a shower, and that's against the side where your neighbor's house is.
Yeah, it's an outdoor shower.
I get it.
Hose fed. No, facing this way.
It looks like it's on the side, according to the survey map, it's on the side facing the neighbors. There's a little square there, 5 by 5. Does that have to be on that side, or can it be on the back side?
It could be I don't care where that sits actually, but it probably makes sense to be facing away from the neighbors. That's away from the side.
So in other words, right now, that piece is close, that 5 foot is 5 foot closer to the neighbor's house, that shower.
Let me take a look at my drawing again.
Right? You guys see what I'm talking about? Is that part of the 14?
No.
No, because it says 19 on one side, with the shower will be the 5 feet and the other.
So
front
yeah,
side
if you think of the cabana facing this way, the
But-
shower will be here.
Yeah, but is that 14 feet to the shower? Because that's where it looks like when you look at the lines here.
Is it?
Is it?
No, the cabana will be starting from, the shower will be where we start the pool, the cabana, if you will. It will be not,
Yeah, but then that means it's less than 14 feet then. It's only 10 feet away then. That's what I'm trying to understand. Or 9 feet away.
Maybe if you come up to the chair, he could show you what he's talking about, because it might be easier just to.
Okay, so I'll try to verbalize
Right,
it.
this is part of the exhibits that have been submitted, so you're looking
You
at.
see this here? That
Yeah,
little square?
yeah.
Is that the shower?
no, the shower will be over there.
What's that square?
I think that's wrong.
Well, that's important because it shows here 14 feet to that beginning of that square.
It'll be 40 feet to the back of the pool.
So what's that square?
I think he was thinking that's this shower. I'm not sure what it
Well, then, so if this is the drawing, it shows it on the side.
Yeah.
So is that like this facing? Is that the way it would be placed? And that's that?
No, it will be this way. It will be facing. This will be towards.
The pool?
No, away from the pool.
Well, then that's the way it is. Then that's the way it is. So
It
this,
should be here. It should be here.
not according to the way it shows it there, because somebody drew that there.
Okay.
So that's a very important thing because it's going to be 9 feet away.
Right. Okay. So we can make that conditional. Like we condition.
Well, what does that mean?
That the outdoor shower doesn't appear there. It appears here.
So you're saying you're going to move the shower closest to the house,
Yes.
facing the pool?
Yes. And it's an outdoor shower the feet of the house.
Well, I understand that, but when you have a structure, the measurements begin from that structure, even though it's just a shower.
I agree. Yes. So I can stipulate that.
How far is the pool from the cabana, because you're gonna be really tight there, It looks like it's really close.
Maybe 6 feet. from the diving board, so 6 or 7 feet.
Okay, you can sit down. Thank you.
All right, so
All right, so, Marty, you want to put that down there?
Yeah,
That
I
the
would
shower has to
suggest-
be on the pool side.
Yes,
Yeah, it has to be outside the 14-foot setback.
yes,
Yeah,
I agree
on the pool
completely.
side. Does it matter if it's on the ends or on the pool side? Do you care? As long as it's
No,
outside the setback.
you could put it in 3 different spots, as long as it's not facing
I
your
would do it
neighbors.
on the one away from the house, on the
Yeah.
far side.
That's what I was.
Yeah, right, I would put it swing.
That's
around
up to
that-
him.
Yeah, that's out of
That's
it.
up to him, you know, which way he
Otherwise,
wants to
you're
put it.
facing the driveway, is it driveway? Or you're
Yeah,
facing
it's a driveway.
Yeah, the street or the driveway,
Yeah.
so I would do it
I-
different.
The other side has a retaining wall, so it's kind of hard to walk there, so
Okay.
that's why it's in the side.
So you understand what we're talking
Yes, I
about?
completely understand.
okay.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Does anybody else have any other questions other than that one? So the cabana, does it have gas in the cabana?
No, just electric.
Is there a sink, a lavatory, a bathroom?
No, it's hard to do that because my septic system is all the way in front of the house.
Okay.
And I don't want, I mean, this is just rest and relaxation, right? Take a swim, grab a beer maybe.
Okay, so your shower, you stated earlier, works with a hose, so the water just drains
Yeah.
into the ground.
Just in the ground.
Are you
yeah.
putting a dry well or anything so the water goes there, or just gonna go?
Just on the grass because I have trees and stuff there.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
Any questions?
Any questions, comments, board members?
No, I don't really have any concerns. I mean, moving that shower is the only thing. I mean, moving the shower, I would think to the back side of the property.
Yeah.
Are you proposing, you heard us talk about landscaping, are you proposing any landscape between the cabana and your neighbor's house?
There's already hedges and stuff there. It's already forest.
Oh, you looked at the map already on Google? Okay, so you already have hedges there? Okay.
Yeah, lots of trees and hedges.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, any other John, you've been quiet, Mark, I mean, John, Mark, you've been quiet down there. Okay,
And obviously your neighbor's fine. Did you talk to your neighbor?
Yeah.
He's fine with it?
all right. If nobody has any other questions or comments, then,
All right, we should note that we should have noted on the last one too, we did get a letter from Lonnie, and on both of them, including this one, she had no objection to the granting
Yep.
of the variance, so that's important.
I didn't ask if anybody had a conflict.
We can do that before we vote.
Yeah, just so we put it on the record, does anybody have a conflict with the applicant? Know him? You know anybody here? Okay, thank you, I forgot to do that. All right, you want to read what the conditions that
Yeah,
we
just the
talked about?
one, just the one that we're gonna move the shower to one of the 3 sides, not the neighbor side.
Correct.
Outside that 14, and it has to be outside that
Yeah.
setback.
And then also, you heard us do another survey that has to be, so that we verify that it is where you say it's going to go?
That's after we built it. though.
Yep,
Correct.
of course.
Yeah.
But just make double
Yeah.
sure that when they mark
Yes.
the property, that it's in the right spot, because the contractor will blame, that's where the stake was, so I put it there. You don't want to come here after and tell us how they made a mistake and they were at 10 feet away or something.
Right. Got it.
Okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve, bulk variance to construct a 445 square foot pool cabana with an accessory structure with a 14-foot side yard setback where 25 feet is required.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Second?
Oh,
Subject to the conditions.
oh, thank you now.
Sorry, subject to the conditions.
Second?
Roll call.
Roll call?
Mr. Burkle?
Yes. Yes.
Ms. Campus? Ms. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Rofanatopoulos?
Yes.
Yes.
And Mr. Fragile?
Yes. Yes.
You're all set.
You're all set.
Thank you, everyone.
You heard everything that we said before?
Yes.
So she's going to be your point of contact. You're probably going to look at about a month or 2 months before you actually can get a building permit.
Okay. Thank you all.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
Any professional?
any professional reports to discuss? No legal issues, nothing?
Nope. Got Enclave coming up at the end of July for the hearing.
And what's that?
That's, you know, the lawsuit that was filed.
Okay.
What do you mean coming up for July?
There's a hearing.
The court hearing.
Yeah, court hearing.
Is that the Middletown still?
No, Middletown was, they were, a motion was made to disqualify them, and they were, but the court ruled that, but it's the
The homeowners?
Preserve, Honors,
The
Home, whatever
homeowners.
they call themselves.
Okay.
Yes. So they're,
Thank you,
they're,
good night.
they're the only plaintiff. Good night.
What was that? I'm
They're
sorry.
the only plaintiff, so they've filed a brief, Enclave and us filed their own response, and then now we're just waiting for the hearing.
Okay.
But it's very slow.
I mean, that's,
Okay.
are we on 2 years now? Is it 2
Well, they
years?
approved that, 23, beginning of 23, I want to say, March, February.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, does anybody have anything else on the agenda? You want to, Courtney, tell us anything about the future plans? Real quick? Everybody has this, so one item might get relocated, and we might cancel June 19th meeting. She will send us an email. Other than that, the next meeting will be June 5th. And we have the Holmdel storage, they're coming in for a larger sign. Did everybody get the plans yet and stuff from Courtney? Oh, okay, you'll
I
get
see it
that.
being built, it's going quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, they,
Yeah. What? Okay.
they're,
can't discuss that.
no, it's being built. There's nothing wrong with
No,
that.
it's being built.
Yeah.
No, the only thing is, we did approve that.
Yes. it was-
The actual building that's there and the location, everything was approved. They did not ask for a specific sign at the time. So if they were going to exceed the town ordinance or number of signs, whatever, they knew they had to come back. That was all part of the record. Now they're proposing a sign, I guess, that doesn't comply, so they're coming back with a sign for the building.
That'll be June 5th.
And that's all we have on the agenda and probably nothing else, except for a resolution maybe,
Right.
if he's fast. Okay.
So there's other things, so the Mount Drive is done?
That's, well, you want to talk about that, Marty? Mount Drive?
Mount Drive?
They withdrew, so
Okay.
they could come back.
They withdrew the whole application, so if they come back, they start from scratch.
Okay.
So you could throw away whatever you have on Mount Drive,
Okay.
basically, or recycle it.
And then, they never came up with the one place, that basketball facility right off, across the street from,
The Medicos building?
yeah, oh, the medical, they went for basketball medical.
I think that's on the agenda for July 17th.
Okay.
So we'll hear about that at that time, and Courtney will get us all the items that we need for that. Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Second,
Second,
Lori second,
Lori seconded, we're adjourned,
half hour.
half hour.